Hi there, welcome to Suds and Scullery. This is Elizabeth. Today I'm going to be making a cold process soap scented with rosemary, cedarwood, and lavender essential oil. As with most of my soaps, I'm using a combination of beef tallow, coconut oil, and olive oil. I start by measuring my hard oils, then melting them over low heat. As the oils are melting, I measure my lye in my well-ventilated cold room and stir well until I see that the lye crystals are totally dissolved. I had intended to color about 85% of my oils with activated charcoal for a gray color, and then about 15% of my oils with kaolin clay to make a white swirl. Here's a soap I made a couple of months ago, and this is the swirl I was planning to make. Now that the tallow and coconut oils are melted, I add the olive oil. Here I'm using a little bit of the melted oil to premix my activated charcoal. At this point, rather than pouring off 15% of my oil into the cup with the kaolin clay, I got ahead of myself and dumped the activated charcoal into my full pot of oils. So there will be no white swirl for this batch. I dump the little bit of pre-mixed kaolin clay into the big pot and combine. Rather than a swirl, I'll end up with some solid gray loaves of soap. Once the oils and the lye water cool to about 110 degrees Fahrenheit, I combine them. I will blend for a few minutes until the oils emulsify. Once the oils have emulsified, I will add my essential oils and I will continue to blend. Since I am not combining colors or doing any designs with this soap, I will pour at light trace. Light trace occurs after the oils are emulsified. When I lift my blender and drizzle the soap across the surface, I will briefly see the trace of my drizzle on the surface. And now I pour. I tap out the air bubbles and make sure the soap is pushed to the edges of the mold. I am going to oven process this soap, which essentially means putting it in a warm oven, which is turned off, to ensure a complete gel phase. I will leave it in the oven for about 24 hours. The next day, I will remove it from the oven. I might leave it sit for about 6 more hours, and then I will unbox and cut. Here I am removing the sharp edges with the potato peeler. This is entirely optional. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for future videos. I will get to the swirl eventually.